Sadnam aloha. So I want to talk about this weekend and what's happening. So we're going to talk about. Let's go over this first. We're going to talk about this 5125 channel of initiation, and then we'll talk about soul purpose contracts. And go a little bit more deep into the importance of your soul contract. And then we'll talk about raves. These are the new species that are coming in 2027. And then we'll do a Phoenix Fractal read, twin flame message, and human design type messages, and then closing. Okay. So let's look at the chart here so you can see this. And there's the 2551. And this is the channel of initiation. So this weekend, the sun is activating the 51. And then, of course, we already talked about Neptune in the 25 there from my last video. Okay, so this is the channel of initiation. So what does this mean? It means there's going to be sudden shifts. And the sudden shifts moments are, I can't do this anymore. I can no longer pretend that I'm someone that I'm not. I can't be fakery anymore. And so this is about your spiritual awakening. The city of the 51 is awakening. So this is a spiritual cracking open, right? So these are initiations through shock, grief, or seeing the truth. And their heart activations or emotional overwhelm can happen too, because this is our willpower center, but it also connects to the heart. This is the gallbladder. 51 rules the gallbladder, so it can bring up anger. The 25 is the thymus gland. So it's about shattering the heart open, right? This awakening, right? These shocks. And maybe you've experienced these. Maybe you got the heads up and you're already feeling these sudden shocks in your life. And these shocks are about putting you on the right path, right? So anything that happens this weekend and then the week leading up to the full moon, which is in the 32nd, activating the 32nd gate, but I'll talk about that on Tuesday's drop. Okay, so there can be this just emotional overwhelm, like, I don't know, I'm crying, I'm just crying for no reason, right? So that means that something's happening, right? Something's happening inside you. And I was talking to a friend the other day, a lot of these changes and shifts, maybe you're not seeing them on the external yet, but they're definitely happening in the internal realm, right? Within your own body, especially the divine feminines, right? Because the codes are starting to get activated in the divine feminines. So this is a call to respond with courage instead of collapse, right? So if you go into, if some kind of shock happens in your life, you don't want to do the fight, freeze, flight, or fawn, right? Response, it's about taking the leap. The 51 is about taking the leap into the unknown, towards your destiny. It's like the Fool, right, in the tarot deck. So this is really a pressure to return to spiritual innocence through rupture, through this 51. And I also want to say with the 51, do not be waiting for someone to rescue you. You're not a damsel in distress, divine feminine. That's an old relationship paradigm between men and women that has to go. It's not true. You are your own savior. So nobody's coming to save you, right? You are your own savior, and you have to make this leap yourself. So really take note, especially this weekend, of what is happening, what's going on in your life. Because you want to be the shaman now. You want to be reading the universe as a mirror, and it's showing you, it's giving you signs, synchronicities, repeating numbers. It's trying to wake you up That's what's happening. It's trying to wake you up. Okay, so let's go into these soul contracts. So we talked about my last video, and if you haven't watched it, please watch it, about the Cathars awakening again on this fractal line, and that wisdom is starting to emerge. And I loved reading I love reading all your comments, but some women were actually, divine feminines were, echoing this back. This Cathar knowledge is coming back. So watch that. And we really talked about the high priestess in hiding, right? The high priestess in hiding. So we understand where this comes from. Wanting to hide, right? Wanting to stay on the radar. Feeling like the loner. Feeling spiritually isolated. We know where it comes from. But you don't want to stay in this place of hiding. Right? So this is like there's no more hiding. There's no more hiding anymore. And you don't get to play small in a lifetime where your soul signed up for power. Your soul has signed up for power. And you don't get to hide in karmic comfort without collapsing your own timeline and dragging others down with you. And I was really feeling that when I was pulling cards, because I pull them in advance and then contemplate on them. And I started to feel this anger, like this anger surging in me. And it's like, what's this coming from? And it's coming from this. There's people on the fractal, probably you, that are choosing this karmic comfort in your stubbornness of your ego, right? I'm going to just stay under the radar. I'm going to hide, right, in this lifetime. And you're forgetting, and I don't think you're forgetting, you're trying to deny and push it and repress it, that you signed a soul contract before you incarnated, right? And this is about you awakening. You signed a contract where you would say, I will awaken in this lifetime. I will step into my power as a divine feminine in this lifetime. Whatever, right? If it cracks me open, if it completely destroys my life and my old identities and leaves it in flames and rubbles, I'm waking up in this lifetime. So you signed this soul contract, right? And so I'm here to remind you of that, of what you signed, right? So if you're attached, because this karmic relationship keeps coming up over and over and over in the cards and my intuition. So if you're attached to a karmic partner you know is not aligned with you in your growth and your evolution, and you're hiding, right? You're hiding here in comfort because the soul truth feels too intense for you, right? Well, you're not just delaying your destiny, you're interfering with someone else's destiny. This karmic partner also has their own destiny. And the universe doesn't allow that kind of karmic theft. That's what karmic theft is. I'm going to choose fear and not do my destiny. I'm going to drag this karmic down with me. So you're really holding up the evolution of another soul by choosing your fear. And if you continue to stall, to numb out, to repress and say not yet and look away, the shock will come. And that's this 51. Right? The shock will come. So this is the tower moment, right? This is illnesses. This is accidents, is divorce. It can be even death, right? The universe will take that karmic away from you, even through death, to show you, to get you on the right path. This is serious business, the soul contract, especially now, because this is a window of opportunity, right, for your awakening. So it's really a spiritual intervention, this 5125, and you don't want to mess with this channel of initiation. It doesn't play nice, and the people that have it know this, right? So you said yes. You said yes, that I would awaken in this lifetime before you're born, and this is the year it activates. This is the window of opportunity. It's no joke. 2027 is coming soon, and this is the new global cycle. So if you have headaches and you've got pain in your body, and as a divine feminine, you're like up in your head, it's like you're totally out of your power, you're in logic, you're going back and forth, you're out of your power. Your body is telling you, your body wisdom is telling you that you need to move forward. And as soon as you do that, stepping forward and committing to your soul purpose, then all this starts to drop away, right? Your body's giving you big signs. So, I know what it's like to leave a karmic, right? I've had to leave a karmic. I was left by a karmic, and then I had to leave a karmic. And the one that I left, my intuition was so strong. We were together for 4.5 years. We lived together. We weren't married, but we might as well have been, right? And one day she was gone visiting her family or something for the weekend, and my intuition was so strong. You've got to leave her. You got to leave her. And I was so angry because I was so comfortable. We had a comfortable life. She wasn't challenging me. She wasn't showing me the mirror of my shadows or anything, but it was really comfortable. And so I was had a tantrum with the divine. No. And I denied it, but it kept coming up, right? This is my spirit was calling me, and I was trying to put it off. And then she was pressuring me because she wanted to have a baby. And I'm like, no, I can't have a baby. Because I had some integrity, I could have strung her along and say, oh, maybe when this happens or down the road, and keep putting it off. But no, I couldn't, because my spirit was calling me. And she had a destiny, right? She had a destiny to be a mother. That was her dream. And I knew that in my bones. I knew that. And it's like, I don't want to take her destiny away from her soul's lesson, right? So a couple years later, she ended up having her baby, and she's an amazing mother. That's her dharma. But I would have stolen her destiny. So it's karmic theft. So you have to look at it. It's like, don't be dragging people. You're in fear and you don't want to do your soul's purpose. Don't be dragging others down with you, right? So, and it's difficult. It's hard. I'm not going to say that it's easy. You have to go through the grief because there's an attachment there, especially with a karmic. But if your spirit is calling you, you've got to answer the call now, right? And why this is a window of opportunity is because you're like, well, I'll do it next lifetime or something, right? I'll do it next lifetime. Well, next lifetime with 2027 are these new species that are coming. They're called Raves. They're going to start being born after 2027. And they don't live in the mental plane, right? They don't live in the mental plane. They won't even communicate with one another like we do, like speaking. And they don't function alone. They're meant to be with other Raves, 3 or more. So, you've got your own awareness system. If we go to the famous picture of the limo with the human design, right? You have your own limo. That's your body. And this is you, the passenger. And then you got your magnetic monopole that's moving you through time and space. But there's only you in the limo, right? There's only you. Well, these Raves, there's going to be 5 of them, right? They're going to have different bodies, but they're going to be sharing this awareness. And they can't even, their awareness doesn't even activate until they're together, right? And then the awareness guides all of them, right? This one awareness system, and 5 have to come together, and they can't make any decisions unless they're together, right? So they're not aware of themselves as an individual, right? So they're going to be completely different. They're going to seem like they're severely mentally challenged, right? They're just going to be so different than us, is what I'm trying to say, right? And non-communicative. And do you want to come back and incarnate as a Rave? I don't, right? So this lifetime is about you. Like, the purpose of this lifetime is you being your authentic self. And this means stepping into your power. So this is the window of opportunity to do it, right? So, but you have to face your fears. And so let's look at this. So this is the high priestess. Do you want to be sacred or do you want to be scared? Right? And scared is not you. This is your not self, the one that's in fear. This is the one that has to die, the phoenix. So this high priestess can be born, and this high priestess is you. This is you in your power that's been hiding, right? Since the days of the Cathar. This is you in the days of the Cathar, right? And then you went into hiding, and then these other personalities start to be formed, and they're not you, right? So why are you afraid? Why are most people afraid? Well, money. Well, if I left this karmic relationship, how am I going to earn money? Because, right, he's the one paying all the bills. I can't make it on my own, right? I'll be all alone. Right? I'll lose this identity, this little scared not self that's not even you. I'll lose this identity that I'm so attached to. I'll lose my role as wife, daughter, whatever it is, right? Whatever role that you're attached to. And then this fear of your radiance, fear of your power, right? Because it led to punishment in the past, witch burnings, exile, betrayal, fear of your own power. But this is a different time. The frequency is different. This is the time to awaken. We're all supported in this now, right? And then the fear of failure. Well, what if I disappoint people? What if I fail? What if I make a mistake? These are all the fears that we have to face, right? To do our soul purpose. But this is not you. That voice in your head that's telling you all of this stuff, it's not you. This is you. This is what wants to be born, but this one has to go. This is the ego death that we have to go through, right? So you've got to face this, and then it's like, this isn't me, right? This is why meditation is so key, because you're going to be able to discern, oh, that's not me. That's just this not self in my head, right? And slowly you really step into your power as the high priestess, right? The sacred, powerful being that you are. Do you think high priestess worries about these? I'm afraid I'm going to be alone. I don't get any money, right? She's got power. That's the real power. This is all the fake power. This is the real power when you step into your power as a divine feminine, right? So that's what I want to share with people. So listen to your intuition. Your intuition is going to be very, very strong. Mine was when I had to leave my karmic. It was very strong, and it keeps repeating the same message over and over again. It's not slippery like a politician. It's just like the same words. You have to leave this relationship. You have to leave this relationship. You want to start to obey it, right? And just do a baby step, right? A baby step, one little step, and you'll find that all of these so-called problems, because the ego always needs a problem, they start to dissolve. This is all about keeping you from your power, right? As a divine feminine. So I know what I wanted to say. I forgot to put it in the outline. Is I'm going to put a link. I've got a meditation. I'm actually practicing it right now. I'm almost 40 days in. Meditation to strengthen your intuition. So I'll put it in the information box below, and it's on my website, and just click that. It's a very powerful Kundalini Yoga meditation, and it works with stimulating your third eye. And yeah, it's on my website. It's 16 minutes long. It's got the tuning in, the whole thing. And you want to practice that. So I'm almost at 40 days. I think April 17th I'm at, or 7, something like that. I've got it on my iCal. Okay? So the intuition, strengthening your intuition will really help. And it will lower the volume on this voice of I'm scared voice. And then it ups the volume of this high priestess that wants to come out of hiding, and that's you. Okay, so it's time to claim your power now, Divine Feminines. And this is the time to do it. Okay, so let's go to the readings here. And we're going to start off with the twin flames, I guess, eh? No, the fractal line. Let's do a quick rundown of the fractal line. Okay, so the fractal line here is, this is how you're entering into the weekend. This is for the Phoenix fractal line. Entering into the Three of Cups, and Three of Cups is like, I'm going to be with my friends, right? My friends, this could be drinking, right? I'm going to go out drinking and drugging with my friends, the Three of Cups. I'm going to go out with these friends that are not on my fractal line where I can hide, because the thing is that you can still hide if you're in a crowd of people. You can still hide. Right? Not really showing yourself, and these friends can't really see you. They can't see you. You're the most evolved person in the room, right? They're not, so they can't see you. They can't call you on things of that. And this is a huge distraction. So to watch this weekend, because this ego wants you distracted. And what does it want you distracted from? Going within. This is the Hermit reversed. And you can only listen to your divinity, your intuition, the high priestess, when you stop this getting distracted by these superficial friendships, right? And go within. This is your challenge, right? Is to go within here. To listen. And then the Tower. This is the 5125 right here, right? The Tower. This is the shock, right? This is the shock. But if you learn to use your intuition, because if you think of like animals, right? Animals have claws and nails and teeth, and they've got antlers and horns to protect themselves. Well, we humans don't have any of that. But what we have is our intuition. And our intuition is what keeps us safe, right? Our intuition gives us the heads up. So you want to go in there to avoid this, some crazy tower moment, you get in some kind of accident or God forbid, whatever, right? But remember, any tower moment that comes into your life, it's about getting you on the right path with this 5125, right? And then look, there's the High Priestess in reverse. And this is refusing to go within, right? This is the anchor of this reading, and you're using distractions. Possibly this weekend, you're going to be like, distract. I'm going to be busy. Anything other than going inside and listening to my intuition and feeling my emotions and being in my body and feeling how constricted I am and I can't even breathe in this environment anymore. Really feeling how miserable your body is, because it's showing you it's time to go. It's time to move on now. And then you've got Moth reverse. Moth goes to the light, right? Moth to the flame. Moth reverse goes to the dark, right? It's the opposite. I'm going to go to all those things that keep me away from my soul purpose, right? Because I'm avoiding going in for this High Priestess you want her flipping up, right? And that she gets more and more revealed, you know? Okay, so that's the fractal here. And let me just check something else here. Okay, so let's go, where do we want to go next? Here. Okay, if we go to the twin flames here, you can see you got the Page of Wands reversed. And then you got the Hierophant upright, and then you got the beautiful Empress reversed, and then the Bee reversed. So this is, Hierophant is about a belief system. It's about a belief system. And this could be that you're not enough, right? This could be a belief system that I'm not enough, not good enough. This could be a partner who's threatened by your power, because the Page of Wands is reversed, right? So a karmic that's threatened by the power, your power. This is for divine feminine, twin flames, or it's coming up in your twin flame relationship. And this is denying yourself too, it can be. So this is about you turning your fire inward, your creative spark inward, right? She's not expressing outward, she's going in, but it's this Hierophant energy, right? So this is where you learn to be good, you learn to be spiritual, you learn to be quiet, you learn to be nice, right? The nice girl. You learn to be small, right? Play it small. And so the Page of Wands is saying, divine feminine, that you want to speak, you want to express, you want to create, right? You want to follow that wild idea that's coming up, right? But every time this comes up, like I want to create, right? I want to like really get into my creativity now, whatever it is. So you start to move forward, and then this Hierophant comes up. And this is like, no, you're not doing it right, right? This is, no, not yet. Like in terms of even of your spirit, of your soul contract, your soul purpose. No, you're not ready, right? You're not ready yet. You're not qualified. You need to learn more, right? You need to keep learning more about whatever you're trying to do, you know? So say you want to paint, right? You want to paint. Well, I've got to take painting lessons, and I got to get all these books, and I've got to take these online courses. This is the Hierophant saying you're not good enough. You're not good enough. You're not qualified, right? You're no good. And this totally like throws water, the wet blanket over your creativity. So this is saying that you've got to release this voice in your head and this belief system. This belief system that says I don't have everything. And remember, the divine feminines have been conditioned to it's the head over heart, head over body spell. It's a spell that's been cast upon you for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So you want to stop listening to this voice, right? And maybe the voice is even like echoed through your partner, your karmic partners. No, it's not that great, right? You're listening. You're looking through yourself and your creativity through this karmic's eyes, right? Not your own eyes. And to stop putting this person up on a pedestal. Stop seeing this karmic as your teacher. He's not your teacher, right? That, oh, he's so much better than me because of this. And it's keeping you small, and it's keeping you hiding, right? This is what you have to let go of this weekend. And then you get on your throne, right? You get on your throne. So this is, you've forgotten that you're the Empress, right? Empress reversed. You've been too busy nurturing other people, but not yourself. You've been too busy taking care of everybody else, but not yourself. You've been giving from depletion, not abundance, because when the Empress is upright, she's abundant. So you're exhausted, and you're trying to give from that place, and it's making you sick, right? And ill. You're only giving softness. You're only being the nice girl. You're not expressing your wild feminine side. Not healthy for your divine feminine to do that. You're mothering everybody else, and you're not mothering your own inner child. And you're stuck in the expectation of what it means to be feminine, right? I shouldn't do that. That's not feminine. Like all those rules, right? The Hierophant rules. This is the old paradigm, twin flames, divine feminine, that you're dismantling. As a twin flame, you're completely dismantling this, what it means to be a feminine, what it means to be a woman. right? These are like constructs that have kept women in those energetic cages that I talked about, right? Across the planet. And this is also saying that you're waiting. And what are you waiting for? The masculine to see you, right? So maybe you're waiting for your divine masculine to come in and see you and rescue you and come on his white horse and swoop you away from your lessons, right? And this is not the divine feminine. Nobody's coming to save the divine feminine, right? You are your own savior, right? So you got to get out of the scared, being the scared little bunny, right? This is the not self, and you're the high priestess. So you have to start claiming that that energy, right? That's who you are. Okay, so yeah, no more waiting, no more waiting. And then you've got the B reversed, right? And this is says you're overgiving. You're completely exhausted. You're overgiving. You're overworking, right? You're not returning. You're giving everybody else your nectar, and you're not having any for yourself. You're too overgiving. This is the feminine wound. And this is burnout, right? It's burnout, but you've got to because the Hierophant is like, oh, you're such a good wife, or you're such a good mother, you're a good caretaker because you do so much, right? You do so much for everybody else. And this is BS. You're being the martyr here. You're being the martyr. You're not being a healthy caregiver, right? This is another paradigm that you're blowing out of the water when you step into your power. Step into your power. You can't give from an empty cup, right? Your cup has to be full. And that means the Empress has to be upright, right? So creative spark is blocked. Your creativity is blocked here, right? And you're obedient to this authority in your life. You got to let that go. You're your own inner authority. And this is the cross of the sleeping phoenix, right? You are your own inner authority. We do not give power away anymore. You've been conditioned to do this, right? Lifetimes after lifetime after lifetime. And now it's time to step out of it and step into your power. So you've internalized the rules and that you've used them against yourself, right? You become your own worst enemy with that voice in your head. So stop listening to it. Start listening, practicing my meditation for intuition. And I'm going to put that in the link below, okay? And that's going to really, really help. And start listening to that inner voice, that inner teacher. Stop giving your power away. Okay, so let's move to the MGs, the manifesting generators. And we got the High Priestess coming in again. And so Page of Swords reversed, High Priestess, the Magician as the anchor card, and the Tiger. That's powerful here. So Page of Swords in reverse this is mental overload. You are too much of a head on a stick here. This is the endless seeking, obsessing over answers, right? Taking online courses, getting readings, right? Just obsessed with trying to find answers. Even with human design and astrology. Even coming to my channel. Trying to figure it all out with your head before you move, right? Forward. But this isn't truth. It's a disguise. It's strategy, right? I'm going to just stay in the mind, constantly in the mind. It's a mental survival. And it's this, well, I'm just being curious. I'm a curious person. No, it's an avoidance technique, right? Because it's never going to be enough. It's never going to be enough for the mind. I need to know more. I need that mental certainty, right? Especially if you've got an open ajna head, right? I need mental certainty. This is the not self. I need to be certain about that. And you're not designed to be certain. And the mind is fluctuating. It's all over the place. You're never going to find certainty with the mind. MGs. So you've got to let go of this, right? Just let go of this over searching and this seeking before you'd make a step. Well, I can't move forward unless I'm mentally certain about everything, right? This will go on and on and on for years. So this is obsessive. This is getting obsessive, looking for answers and seeking intellectual clarity because the emotional truth is too vulnerable. If you drop into your heart, that's what you're really trying to do, is you're trying to avoid going into your heart. And your heart knows the answers, but you don't want to go there because you're going to feel something. And what are you going to feel? A lot of love with this 5125. 51's like busting down the door. I'm busting down the door. I got the ramming rod. And what am I ramming against? My heart. The 51 wants to open up your heart, and you're trying to avoid it by being in your head and thinking. The easy way is to go into your heart and feel that love. That's all that's trying to reach you, is love, unconditional love, here with the 5125, right? And that's what that's what you're trying to avoid. I don't want to feel the love because I'm going to feel what if my heart broke right as a child. It's all that childhood grief and all that stuff that comes up, but that needs to come up. That's the grace of grace of God, grace of the divine, is to open up that heart now. Okay. So you look at the high priestess here. She knows. Right? High priestess is looking at you like, what's she doing? She's doing all these, maybe she's doing tarot, like obsessively doing tarot readings or watching tarot readings on YouTube, or doing all these courses and taking in so much information. High priestess is watching you do that, and she's like deep in, right? Let's bring her up again here. Right? High priestess is there and she knows, right? She knows. She totally knows. She's watching. She's watching you, right? Because she wants to come forward, more forward in your life, this high priestess. So she knows, right? She already knows. Your body already knows, right? Your soul remembers, right? But you're refusing to speak it out loud. Right? Because the high priestess doesn't speak. Even to yourself. You won't even admit it to yourself. Because you won't go in. Remember the fractal reading? You're avoiding going within. You're hiding behind the veil. You're hiding behind your veil. Right? You're hiding there. Okay. So, but this is also saying that your intuition is strong, MGs. So your intuition has probably been communicating to you, but you've been overriding it with this. I need more answers. I need more proof. Remember we talked about that with the locks and keys, right? The 25 is the lock, and then the 63 during the times of the Cathars was the key, and that's like, prove it to me. I need proof. So you're in an old paradigm, manifesting generators. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the Magician then, here as the anchor card. And this says, stop waiting to be ready. Because you already have the tools. You already have the gifts. They're already inside you. You've been seeded with these gifts even before you were born. You just need to be in the right environment where your body can relax, your nervous system can relax, so that these gifts can start to emerge. So it's about trusting that you already have it. This is what the Magician says, right? But the Magician can't fully rise because of this. Too much in the head. So just just say to yourself, that's what I do sometimes. It's because I love information, right? I'm a projector. It's like sometimes it's like, I don't need any more information. I really want to listen to myself now, right? I want to go deep within and listen to me. Okay. So the magician says that it's time to embody what you've been learning. It's time to like practice it. It's time to embody what you've been learning. Stop observing. This is the observer. It's like I'm not really in my life. I'm like I'm always observing. I'm not really participating in my life. Magician said it's time to step in the game, right? It's like you're in the bleachers watching everybody live their life. It's time for you to get off the bleachers and start living your life. And then you got Tiger. Very, very powerful here. And Tiger says to trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. MG, trust your gut, right? Trust your sacral. If it's time to move, move. Trust your body. Stop trusting this crazy obsessive mind that needs all the answers, right? Trust your body. You want to move from this place, from Tiger, right? Moving from your sacral. And that let go of the fear. Tiger also says let go of the fear of that the first move will be wrong. Start moving forward, manifesting generators, from your gut. It's going to lead you exactly where you're supposed to be, and it will lead you to your soul purpose, right? So you've done the research, it says, right? You felt the knowing with the high priestess. You've watched the signs, and now Spirit says use your voice and trust your gut and move. Don't wait till things are perfect, MGs. Don't wait until you're validated. Don't wait until someone believes you, right, or validates you. You are already the magic, right? With the magician here, you already know what to do. You already know what to do. Powerful for the MGs. Powerful for the MGs. And then let's move to the projectors. Projectors. And why do they have the alien thing right here? Why do the projectors have the alien? Well, when the discovery of Uranus, this was when the projectors came on the scene. So they're like the youngest of all the types. So, you know, Uranus is very quirky and out there, right? It rules Aquarius. It's the only planet that orbits on its side, sideways. So projectors are a bit like that, right? So embrace your inner alien, because you definitely won as a projector. Okay, so what do we got going on here? We've got Hermit reverse for the projectors, and then we got that King of Swords here. King of Swords reverse. And then we've got the Scorpion. And so this is like you've been isolating too much. He's been spending way too much time alone, and it's not sacred solitude anymore. It's isolation from your own self too. With the Hermit reversed, it's an isolation from your own truth. So you've used your cave as a cocoon, but it's become a prison now. It used to be a cocoon, now it's a bit of a prison of protection. You're over-processing, right, with this King of Swords over here. You're waiting for the right invitation, and you're staying in too much in observation instead of embodied wisdom. So this is like you got to orbit more, projectors. You got to orbit. And it's reminding me of a quote. If you're happy, like imagine you're a little planet projector, and you're on your axis, right? You're on your axis, which means you're aligned with your soul. That will give you happiness, right? But prosperity is when you're aligned and then you're moving around, you're orbiting, you're in your orbit with your fractal, right? Then that gives you prosperity. I don't know why I'm thinking of that. Somebody needs to hear that. Okay, so over-processing, waiting for the right invitation, afraid of being seen, and that, watch the Cather video and you'll learn where that comes from. afraid of seeing too much, right, in the world. Too much shadow, too much pain, too much struggle, right? Projectors see a lot. They don't talk about it. So this is, you've been addicted to aloneness, right? Aloneness. Well, it's easier to make decisions when you're alone, right? Nobody to argue with, nobody to compromise with. It's just easier to live your life when you live alone, right? But it's become a prison a little bit for you projectors, and it's coming from safety. So you got to let go of spiritual isolation and making an excuse. Well, I need my space, right? Making an excuse not to participate in life. And I'm not saying like, okay, you got to be like a busy bee running around, but it's just coming more into balance. That's what this is saying with this 5125. So this could be like, here's how the 5125 could work, right? For projectors, is something happens to your home, right? Something happen, maybe, I don't know, there's a fire, or something happens where you have to get like a plumbing problem or something where you got to get out of your home. Well, you got to look at it. It's like, oh, I'm being forced, right, to go out in orbit. So watch that, right? Watch that. It's like, don't fight it. It's like, okay, the universe is telling me I need to orbit more. It's best to go along with the energy, right? Wherever the universe is taking you, best to go along and not fight it. And then you've got the King of Swords reversed. And this is the shadow strategy of projectors when they feel unseen, right? When they don't feel like they're being recognized. They get too much in their head and they're over analyzing, right? This is totally being in the mental, right? And silently judging others from the sidelines, right? And bitterness. And shutting off their heart, right? King of Swords does not have an open heart. Shutting off your heart to feel in control, right? Not wanting to feel that hurt of not being recognized or invited. So this is cold, detached, defensive, and masking deep emotional vulnerability. Like, we really all have to learn to open up our hearts. You know, in the Aquarian age, we're moving from first, second, third state of consciousness, and that's the chakra system. And then we're moving from the third chakra, which is power and will, and then we're moving into the fourth, which is the heart, right? So make sure that you're keeping your heart open, and this channel of initiation could bring you something that opens up your heart. Okay. So stop using the intellect. That's the message. Stop using the intellect as an armor and a shield, and your silence as superiority, right? Just to be in the heart, and trust your aura, as I want to say, as a projector, to trust your aura, that your aura is going to bring you invitations, the right invitations. And then you've got Scorpion. And that's let go of the poison held inside you. This is the bitterness, right? Bitterness is a poison for projectors. So this is about resentment. It's staying quiet while the sting builds inside. And this is for the projector. You've seen too much for too long, and instead of expressing it, you're stewed, right? You just stew in it. You're just stewing it. And that's bitterness, repressed anger. And it's an energetic toxin from you're not speaking. So you got to let go of the belief that staying silent is more noble than speaking the truth. Okay? And this is definitely for the divine feminines, right? Not to stay silent. Even to like get out your journal and just to express. Especially for maybe people in your life you've never expressed, even a parent or a caretaker, that you've never expressed anger or sadness or grief. It's just start to express and get it out of you. That's what this is saying, to get this poison out of you. So you're not here to disappear. You're here to pierce with your aura, with love, right? Not poison with your silence. So you got to let go of the solitude that protects you from disappointment. And let go of the mental armor you use to feel safe. And let go of the sting you've been saving for the moment someone finally sees you. You've seen enough, and now it's time for you to be seen. This is for the projectors. Okay. Okay, so let's go for the manifestors here. This is a really interesting read, this one. The manifestors have the 10 of Pentacles upright, the 6 of Cups in reverse, and the Cobra in reverse. So this is definitely a family thing, right? The legacy, the structure that you were supposed to build or uphold. This is the successful life, the dream, right? The system worked for other people, but it never really worked for you, right? So this card here isn't a celebration, it's a weight. It's a weight around your neck. So you've been trying to manifest something that was never really yours to carry. So you want to let go of building what others would make you, right? Oh, I'm just going to build what other people want, right? That they told me that I should, buy a house and land, and I should do this and do that, and then I would be happy. And you're manifesting for another person's dream, not your own, right? So you're letting go of this weight, whatever this weight is. It's like, no, it's not fulfilling. It's not making me happy. And then you've got the 6 of Cups in reverse, and this is the let go of the inner child contract, right? So this is a past life and childhood loyalty, especially to unconscious promises, right? If I manifest that house or land, then it's all going to be better. This is what you had as a child. I'll fulfill the dream that my parents couldn't. If I succeed, I'll be safe, right? I'll be loved, I'll be seen. But those contracts are expired. They've expired. And clinging to them now creates emotional distortion. And so there's a grief here to be felt. And you need to release the inner child trying to save their family, right? That's not your role. It's to save your family. You want to let this go. This is like doing everything for your family because you think that you should, right? Or you think that it's going to make you happy, but it's coming from your child. Childhood vows are very powerful, very, very powerful. So let go of this innocence of the child with obligation. Well, I'm obligated to take care of my family, right? My family, whatever it is. And then you've got the Cobra reversed. And this is, the Cobra teaches you when to rise and when to strike with wisdom. So reversed is the misuse of your will, of your manifestor abilities too, right? And it's suppressing your spiritual fire. It's fear of leadership. And this is you. This reflects manifestors who have disconnected from their divine anger, either repressing it or repressing your anger, or letting it drive unconscious behavior. So you want to let go of acting from old power structures, either rebellion or compliance, right? So this is like a repression. So there's an anger here that you need to get in touch with. So you've got your not self anger as a manifestor, but then you've got your righteous anger. No, I'm not doing this anymore, right? For my family. I'm sacrificing so much for my family of origin. No more. It's not aligned with me. So you got to let that Cobra loose, right? And let that anger express. Or you get this channel of initiation working on you where you get the anger out, right? It's just like the cobra's striking, right? Yeah. Okay. So remember that you're not here to keep this line going, this Ten of Pentacles, especially if you're on my channel. You're here to disrupt the line. You're not here to continue the dream of your family line. That's not you. You're here to disrupt it. And you came to carve your own name on into earth, right? So let go of the house that you were told that you had to build. This family legacy thing. Okay. And then we got the generators here. Generators be generating. And you got two animal cards. You got the Five of Cups reversed for the generators. And then you got the Eight of Pentacles. And then the Stingray reversed and the Owl upright. So this is about letting go of grief, right? Unacknowledged grief within you. So this is about sorrow. You're feeling sorrow. Maybe you haven't even acknowledged it, right? You haven't even named it because you refuse to go within, right? The fractal reading. You don't have time. Right? I'm busy. I don't got time for this feeling of grief. So this is old heartbreak. It's disappointment. It's the ache of never being met in your fullness, right? In your fullness. And so reversed, right? So this is an old heartbreak from the past. And reverse says this, I'm fine. Right? I'm past that. I moved on. Right? But your heart didn't get the memo. Your heart still needs wounded. It needs to be attended to. Just because your mind says that you're done with it and you've moved on doesn't mean that you've really moved on. That's what this card is saying. So you're feeling this energy loss in your body. So maybe you're starting to feel exhausted for no reason. Like, why? I'm a generator, right? I have all this energy. Why am I exhausted? Because it takes a lot of energy to repress those emotions. That's why. So you've got to stop pretending that you're already healed, right? The grief wants to be released. And grief is the last step, right? In terms of emotional body work, right? You go from anger, fear, grief. Right, grief's the last step. So this needs attending to, and something may happen this weekend with the 5125 channel of initiation to shatter that heart open, and so you can release this grief. So the Eight of Pentacles says that I just need to work harder, right? I just need to work harder, and everything will click. If I stay consistent, then things will happen for me, right? Somebody will choose me in terms of love or work. If I focus on improving myself, I won't feel this ache, right? And so this is your discipline gone overboard. So this is workaholism. Like, I'm just going to stay busy and avoid this ache and pain. And this is brings numbness, a mask. So for this weekend, like let go of trying to fix everything, and let the work pause. Like, take a break from working, just long enough so that you can feel. Right. So no more working this weekend, and give yourself time to feel. Right. Be the hermit this weekend, and go within. And then the Stingray reversed here. This is like you're avoiding alignment, getting yourself into alignment. You're avoiding truth, your inner truth, and you're doing the safe version of your calling. So in terms of your soul purpose, Stingray is like, I'm doing the safe version, right? whatever that is. I'm doing the safe version of it. So maybe I'm being called to be a teacher, right? I'm being called to be a teacher, but here I am like I'm a teacher's assistant. I'm just kind of helping around the sidelines when I'm supposed to be in center stage in front of people. Like just things like that, like I'm tiptoeing around my soul purpose. I'm not really doing it. You're suppressing your instinct to keep the peace. You're letting guilt run your sacral instead of desire. So you're suppressing your instinct, your sacral instinct, so that you can keep the peace. Stingray says too. So you got to let go of the thing that's no longer you. Even if it's something you've been building for a long time, Stingray says. I've got to let go of that thing. That's no longer me. It's like old clothes, right? They don't fit anymore. Whatever that is, an identity or something in your life you need to let go of. And then Al says, stop doubting what you know. So if your inner knowing, this is your inner knowing with Al, and you've been ignoring it. So you already saw what needs to change, right? But you've been ignoring it. You just don't want to know it because knowing requires action. When you know something, you can't unsee it. Right? When you see something, you can't unsee it because knowing it requires action. So stop pretending. This is what Al's saying is stop pretending. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm unsure. It's like, no, this is saying you already know. You already know. You're wise and it's time to move with that wisdom. So stop trying to fix your grief, right, and your pain by doing more. And this is a compass. Your grief is a compass, right? So you want to follow it. Because once that grief starts moving in your body, that means your heart starts to open, and that's the compass right here is your heart here. And stop working so hard to prove that you're aligned. And alignment doesn't mean effort. It's just to be, right? To stop and to be this weekend. Okay. And then we've got the reflectors here. And there's the High Priestess coming up again. Making herself known. So reflectors have the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the High Priestess in reverse, and the Eagle, So the reflectors, this is saying that you're deeply disconnected from your spark, right? From your spark. Here. And so this means that you don't have mental clarity. Right? You don't have mental clarity. It's like really, really foggy with the Ace of Swords in reverse. And you're not getting the clear picture with your mind here. And then you got the High Priestess in reverse as you're distrusting. So you got the cloudy mind, right? I can't figure this out. I can't get mental clarity on this with the Ace of Swords reversed. But then you've already got your inner knowing, right? Your inner knowing with the High Priestess there in reverse, but you're distrusting it, right? So this is saying to let go of your distrust of your inner vision, let go of your distrust as your intuition, right? So this really hits a chord for the reflectors because they feel everything. Reflectors feel everything. But they often gaslight themselves because it's so different than everybody else. Remember, you're 1% of the world. So you doubt your own inner knowing here. Not because it's wrong, but because it's so different. So this card says you disconnect from your own lunar. She's got the moon there, right? Your own lunar intuition. So the moon speaks, but you're not slowing down enough to hear it, right? And with Ace of Swords reversed, you're not getting clear, right? So it's time to meditate. I hope that you meditate, reflectors. So do my meditation for intuition. That will really help, because this is about slowing down the mind so that you can really hear the High Priestess, hear your own intuition, and let go of the habit of waiting for someone else to confirm what you already know. It's like you want to trust what you know. It's coming from a deep, deep place, right? Stop looking to other people for clarity, right? Looking to other people for mental clarity. And then the eagle here is let go of ground level perception. So, right, the eagle is the soul's highest view and the truth beyond the chaos, right? If it's raining, right? If it's raining and it's cloudy and it's miserable weather, what does the eagle do? It flies upwards. It flies above the storm. So this is what this is telling you. Don't get caught up in the mundane, right, of life, the minutia of life. Like fly above that so that you can hear your intuition. Fly above the chaos in your life. So this is, you have to soar above the density and not stay entangled with it, like drama in your life. And reflectors often stay too close to the crowd, hoping to reflect healing, right? So you want to step away a little bit and be the observer of the crowd, not get entangled. You're the mirror, right? You're the mirror, reflectors. But now you're being called to rise up and hold a higher vantage point, even if no one joins you, right? So you may be alone, but no, somebody will come along. But even if nobody joins you, you want to take that higher point of view. And so let go of the need to relate and reclaim your role as a visionary, as a visionary. So it's time to take your role in your soul purpose. And then remember, the channel of initiation could shock you to that place this weekend. So it's saying you've been reflecting too long and it's time to radiate. You're here to be the fire. You're here to carry the flame that others forgot, and let go of your doubts. The truth is already rising within you, and it's time to fly. Just beautiful. Okay, so that's what I have for you, and hopefully that will help. And be sure to like the video, share if you feel called, and check out readings too. I'm offering readings. I got twin flame readings. I'm going to start doing past life readings and soul purpose readings if you need some help and clarity. And I will see you in the next video on Tuesday, and that's going to be about the full moon in 32, and it's all about the fear of money so far, but I'm sure other stuff will come to me too. And please comment. I really love to see when there's energy in the comments section, just to say, yeah, I can relate to this. And especially those high priestess that are hiding. You're a high priestess in hiding, and you're like Pluto and Scorpio, and I'm like, I can't reveal myself. I get fearful. I don't want to be known. I don't want to be seen. This is a safe place to be seen, right? Because there's others like you. You're not alone. Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Have a great weekend. Okay, Satnam Aloha.